Now, today I'm going to be going over a hamster cage, what you'll need, and how to do things. So, first of all, you need a cage. Now, there are two kinds of cages you can use for a hamster cage, one being an actual cage. Now, this is a really small cage, and I don't recommend this cage, but I impulsively bought a dwarf hamster and didn't do my research all the way through, and so I bought this cage thinking it'd be big enough, and it's not even big enough for a dwarf hamster. So if you're going to buy a wire cage, make sure it's a little bigger than this, but like that much, like this much bigger, first of all, because hamsters love space and they love to burrow, but this cage has been good for now. Another cage that you can do is a storage bin cage. What I have here on the floor here. I love this cage. Now in terms of how to make it, you just buy a storage bin. You cut out the top. You can use zip tie. You drill holes into the lid. And I use zip ties to hold it all together, and then I turned around, bought some pretty duct tape, and duct taped the top of it so you can't tell that I did things to the lid. It's a lot bigger and a lot better for the dwarf hamsters. They have a lot more space to utilize. There's a lot of controversy on in terms of the wheel and what you should use for the hamster wheel. I do have a silent spinner wheel, but the thing was it kept getting stuck and it wouldn't move, so I switched to a wire wheel. If it gets to be too much of a problem, you can use duct tape so that they don't get their little feet caught in the wire, things like that. I haven't had a problem with it yet, so I've just kind of left it alone, but I might duct tape it a little later if it deems to be a little too unsafe for them. In terms of food, there are two kinds of food that I've been using. I've been mixing their food with this, and it's a healthy support diet. It has like fiber and things like that. Let me bring it into the light so you may see it better. But it's really good for them. It has DHA, omega-3, and probiotics. It's for mice, rats, and hamsters. It's nice because they get to chew on the blocks, which is good. Another food that I've been using, and it's almost gone, it's a mix of things. It's got carnival, basically tropical carnival gourmet food. It has nuts and corn and seeds and things like that. I don't recommend feeding it to them all the time, and if you do this, make sure you put the little fiber blocks inside of it so it's a little healthier for your hamsters. Otherwise, they'll get the diabetes. And in terms of the bedding, I prefer Carefresh. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I bought it, and it works wonders. It comes in like two different things. You can have the confetti. You can have like different colored. I prefer the standard white. It just looks better in the cage. Mostly because my cages are already pretty colorful. So I prefer the white ones so I can see how much they've, done their business and things like that. But you can get any color that you want. It even comes with confetti. The worst thing you can possibly get for your hamsters is the wood shavings, as it can cause asthma and things like that. With some of the starter cages, they already come with wheels. Like this came with a water feeder and a wheel. Hello, preciouses. Hello, my preciouses. Yes. This is the male cage. I had to separate them by gender because my hamster, as I stated in a previous video, I bought her pregnant. So, oops. Now, in terms of the bin cage, it's a little like the bin cage itself. Like, I'd say I spent less than $100 on it. It's way cheaper than buying your actual cage. But the thing is, it doesn't come with anything because you have to build it yourself. So it doesn't come with the wheel. You have to buy the wheel separately. You have to buy the water feeder. separately and things like that. So in here I have some standard toys. I have, let me take off my lid here, the hamburger. If you're going to have a hamster cage, just make sure you have chew toys, otherwise their teeth will get too gnarly and it'll start to bother them, and so you need chew toys. I have my little hamburger. I have this cool apple wood thing, and I have multiple toilet paper tubes, and as you can see they've been nomming on that. So this is my female cage, and as you can see I've mixed the food. I have my little fiber blocks and the seeds because they like to hoard things, so I allow them to do that. In terms of food dishes, don't get the limited ones because they'll just stuff their bedding inside of them. I tried it. It failed miserably. So if you do get like food dishes, just make sure that they're bowls, or you can use a little plate or things like that. I've seen other videos use different kinds of feeding things, but I prefer the standard bowl. It's only $1 depending on where you go. So yeah, this is pretty much it, and I hope this was informational. Bye.